Hello again, everybody. It's Brian Melville here of the Melville team at REMAX of Santa Clarita, and thank you for tuning in once again to this month's video blog where I'm going to share with you all of the up-to-the-minute Santa Clarita housing statistics for the last 30 days. Those of you who have been following my video blog over the last year or two, I've been kind of doing this thing in the same format, so I'm going to try to mix it up and throw in a few different statistics. I'm going to omit a few things just to sort of keep you even more informed about kind of what is happening as it relates to prices, as I sort of help to educate you guys about what is happening. So let's just jump right into the numbers as we often do. Currently on the marketplace right now we have 544 homes. That is actually a 34% increase in inventory in the last 60 days. I mean, we had 23% last month, an additional 11% this month. So inventory is slowly starting to head on the rise, which is interesting for this time of year. This would be a time of year that we would typically get a little slower after the summer season as we head into fall and into the winter. 486 homes, or 90% of what we have, is currently standard sellers. That's been keeping in line for the last few months. 43, or only 8% of our market, being represented by short sale inventory, and 13 homes, or a measly 2%, being represented by that glorious REO or bank-owned inventory. In the last 30 days, we've officially closed 343 escrows, and what I really wanted to share with you now is something that we don't talk about very often, which is absorption rate. Meaning, based on the number of homes that are selling now and what we currently have available on the market for sale, how many months of inventory do we have before we would deplete all that if nothing else was to come on the market? We're at 1.64 months of inventory right now. Nowhere near a balanced market, so this is still great news for you as a seller. In a balanced market where buyers and sellers, have the ability to negotiate, have some choices, in what I would call a much more balanced and equitable market, we would need 4 or 5 or even 6 months of inventory. So we're still at a shortage. So if you have a home to sell, it would be a good time to still get off the fence and consult with us about maybe some of your future plans if you've been thinking about it. Something else I wanted to share with you guys is the median house price. Right now in Santa Clarita, we're at a median home value of $386,500, and that is a $61,500 increase since January. So as you can tell over the last few months, as I've been talking about prices, steadily increasing, the buyer demand spawned by really low inventory. We've had a nice increase in that median home value, so that kind of gives you a little more of a perspective if you want to even compare that to national or even greater Los Angeles statistics. As I often talk about something that's up on my screen, I wanted to just touch really quickly, if I could, on housing bubble. There's been some talk here and there about, well, could this be another housing bubble? And again, what I would probably say is, with interest rates being on the rise, that's been slowing the pace of the number of homes that have been selling, and it's also been slowing down the appreciation, meaning, like, if things went too far, pretty soon nobody's going to be able to afford a home at all. So what we've really seen is, as the government, as they pull back from mortgage-backed securities, interest rates start to rise to a more normal level rather than 3%, which is historically the lowest we've seen. I think things are starting to come more into balance. As far as an actual housing bubble, I think we're still rising slowly, sort of proportionately with what is really happening across the country as jobs and the economy slowly starts to improve. So in my humble opinion, I don't think we're at risk of another housing bubble and we're going to just pop this bubble right now and all of a sudden housing prices are going to fall. Interest rates are right where they should be. Inventory is starting to go to where it should be, and I think that's going to help us here in the short term and in the long term. So we'll just have to see what happens, and I'll keep you informed as I always do. As always, you can find us at choosebrian.com right up here on the screen. If you've got any questions about buying or selling, if you're curious to know the value of your home, if you were to put it on the market now, please get in touch with me. We've got Kristen and Charles and Carolyn. We're all here at the ready and at your service, looking forward to answering all of your questions. If you're thinking about purchasing a home, there still is no better time than now. Interest rates are still very favorable, and with the increased inventory, you home buyers should definitely feel very encouraged at this time. So with all of that said, you can reach me here at 661-373-9714. And we do look forward to speaking with you soon. And as I always say, the opportunities are everywhere if you just know where to look. And nowadays, more than ever, the right team and the right agent matters. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Be well.
Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up.